ask about some shit that's not even true or not?
Whichever seat you're in,
is this
doesn't
me
really
being
matter.
submissive? Look, I'm moving over just for you.
You're making such a fool of yourself.
No,
the internet is
reason.
forever, my dear. So be careful.
What? I didn't hear you.
I said the internet is forever, so be careful.
Yeah, I know.
You're making a real fool of yourself.
Even though I can't find the last 3 of my episodes on whatever, so I don't think it really matters.
All your episodes are still online.
I looked for several hours, so that's good for me.
She couldn't find.
That's on you.
Hey, please no talking back there, okay, guys? All right.
What's the benefit in being rude?
I just asked you to scoot over. I was actually.
That wasn't the only. That's not what I'm talking about. Obviously, Brian. Be for real.
Bro,
you said not to call anyone out.
You probably should not drink. Just saying.
If you've only had 3 seltzers.
That's what you said from the jump when I was only drinking the first seltzer. So you're honestly just trying to make me seem crazy. And I love that for you. I know that you're going to get views off of it, and I love that for you.
You're actually really killing the quality of the show.
I'm playing into it, right?
No. What's happening is that you're killing the quality of the show.
No, I'm fucking
you're killing
not,
the viewing
bro.
experience.
Who are you? No, I'm fucking not.
Okay, that's a good response.
I didn't fucking do anything that was rude to you.
Look at you.
Actually, and you're just talking.
We asked you to stop drinking, and you kept drinking, and now.
No, I did not.
And now look at you.
Yes, you did.
You're yelling. You're making a fool of yourself.
No,
I did not.
You need to stop.
Oh.
You're killing the quality of the show, honestly.
No, I'm fucking not, bro. Because when he told me, "Oh, you're probably drinking too much," I was already out of self.
If you're getting drunk, if you're slurring your words, if you're talking over everybody, if you're talking over everybody, and if you're just being completely obnoxious, I know you've got a real attitude and you're used to talking to people like this, but when you're actually on a panel,
you're fucking weird. And I don't want to hear you out.
That's a really, really good comeback. Tell me more. Tell me another one. Something a bit more, something compelling.
Shit, bro, we've watched the whole thing. You're just fucking You're just rude. You're mean. You're weird.
I'm
so sorry that I combined those words together.
Wow,
we should make it a thing.
You almost finished a sentence. Congratulations. Very good work. Give us another sentence. Go on, try to finish the whole thing.
Fuck off, bro.
Give us another sentence. Try not to slow your words. Go.
Try not to slur my words for what? Nigga, you're literally trying to make a point that's not.
That was another very articulate sentence. Well done.
Look, here's the reality.
Make some more noises.
By the way, what's interesting is women can never call out other women when it's clear that they're contributing.
No, go ahead and call me out. I'll actually do it for you.
It's called the sisterhood.
Just scream over everyone.
They won't do it. It's called the sisterhood. They will not do it.
Yes, huh? She said yes. There we go. That's one. Am I too drunk?
A little bit.
You're screaming. You're too loud.
You keep talking over me.
We keep talking over you.
You're the one who's interrupting, bro.
Every time we've talked, you've just screamed.
So when I interrupted, was it me or was it them?
You're too close to her face. You're doing that thing that drunk people do when they get too close and you can smell their breath.
Face. You can see it on the fucking
camera. Even she's uncomfortable. You're making her uncomfortable.
Are you uncomfortable?
Yeah, she can smell your breath, your alcohol breath and everything.
No, the thing that's making me uncomfortable is the fact that you guys just won't get the fuck over it and move on to the question. Honestly.
Well, we can't. Honestly, if somebody's killing the quality of the show, and you look,
yeah, but you want me to lead
typical. You deflect onto us, and it's clearly we've got a drunk idiot on the panel who won't shut up. So.
Well, that was very disrespectful. Can we move on?
Wait, you know what's interesting?
Did you call her out for being disrespectful?
She called us stupid and idiots.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you literally. Wait. Chat, did
serious?
you not?
Call me back.
Literally
Are you serious?
10 minutes ago.
You just called me a bit every name under the sun in one sentence, and you were saying how impressed you were by it. Did you call her out for that?
Sisterhood.
Oh my goodness. You're ridiculous. Crazy.
I like how you hopped on me.
You guys love to suck dick. I wish I was transgender.
Oh, see? Really? There we go. She's back.
Come back.
Anyways.
Lo siento.
All right, can you ask me the question? Because this is ridiculous. Let's move forward.
Don't make me get into it.
What's the question?
Or don't drag me into the bullshit. So ask me the question. Come on.
Total sisterhood, man. Total sisterhood. Yeah.
Sisters unite.
Yep. All right, we're gonna get into the rest of the stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah. Dude. Okay. It's just I got to move it on. Otherwise, we'll just go in circles about this. I'm gonna get into the pre-show notes. The age. Oh yes, let's do the age advance. How many batches? Can you tell me?
Okay.
Oh, She doesn't want to see it. Okay, we have to wait until she's.
No, go ahead.
We gotta wait until she's back.
I'm irrelevant, y'all.
Oh. It's like that one liability friend who just gets dragged out of the club.
Are you a delusional fives?
Oh, it's below the threshold.
I wonder how attractive you are. Something about fives and stuff.
Hiding behind the computer.
No, it's talking about we delusional because of what we think about ourselves. We didn't ask your opinion.
Cyberbullying.
Even if they were a 5, they'd probably admit it though.
Hey, man.
Oh, I'll just, while she's gone, guys, in the title of the video, just because you guys don't think it's like clickbait or anything, I say big announcement and drama. So the big announcement, but unfortunately, I do have to report, it is not not so much a good announcement. At least I think some of you might be disappointed in this, but starting in March, we're going down to, we're just going to do one show a week. That we might go back up eventually, but starting in March, we're just going to do Sunday shows. I know you guys, let me give you guys a reason, a couple reasons. One, it's just, I didn't really get into this, but like booking for the show is a major headache. We had today total 12 flakes total. So when I say flakes, let me start from most recent to latest. So we had 4 girls cancel today. We had 4 other girls cancel yesterday, and then the 72 hours, 3 to 4 days leading up to the show had 4 other girls cancel. So that's 12 total.
Because you're a dickhead and you make people sit in the fucking shower and think to themselves, how stupid will I let this nigga make me look?
Okay, I'm in the middle of something.
Go ahead. That's all I had to say.
Now you're just insulting me. Look,
it was nothing about you. I said nothing about you.
You called me a dickhead. Did she call me a dickhead?
She might have said something like that.
Why do we still have that start?
I don't know, dog. I don't remember.
Sorry, what?
Why do we still have that start coming up here? That they would never date a black woman. That's amazing.
You had a lot of flakes, so you finna go down to one show?
There's a couple.
Right.
There's a couple reasons.
He definitely asked a black woman on the date.
Never date a black woman.
He definitely
I don't
asked a
think
black
you-
woman on the date.
Yeah, people are gonna make comments. Okay,
Racism.
so I mean,
it's the fact
just,
that you guys have removed every single other comment, but that one we left up there for quite a while.
what are you talking
What,
about?
they was being racist?
The one that said that that's why they would never date a black woman.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
you saw it.
Black women probably don't like you.
Brian.
All right. So I'll finish up kind of the announcement here. Just a couple things on that. We are going down at least for March, April. We might bump back up, but just for a period of time. There's a couple things that need to be worked out behind the scenes. And so basically what we're going to do, going down to just one show a week, we're going to do Sunday shows. And I think, shows can be stressful. I think this show exemplifies, this specific show tonight exemplifies that more than anything. And so because of this, some of you guys know, even before I started the show, pre-existing, like I've got like back injury, back pain issues. That's kind of been an issue. So unfortunately, I think it's just going to be like for the longevity of the show. I don't think I could do another year doing 2 shows a week. Again, I'm going to try to change it. Hopefully we can get back to it once like things get leveled out with some of the things when it comes to business, personal health stuff. So yeah. And we are going down to just Sunday shows starting in March, but the rest of February we got Sunday, Tuesday. That is the big announcement. I know it's maybe not the announcement you guys wanted to hear, but I think the qualities of the show will be a little better. So there's that. And then the other drama thing is, you guys see me, right? Like, I don't know, the viewers, you guys don't know, I got ice packs and stuff. I ice my back and whatnot. So I got some existing like back pain issues, and just 2 shows a week, the stress of it, back pain, got to take a little breather so I can recuperate a little better. But hope you guys support me with that. So that's the big announcement. The drama thing, do we get into the drama thing? Shit. You know what I'm going to do? If I think there's some drama with a guest on Sunday. Do I just fucking do it? Fuck it. Why not? It's already pulled up. Actually, you know what? Damn. Forget it. Tonight's show already been drama. So if I'm going to talk about drama, it'll be next week. I'm not going to talk about drama tonight, but So let's get back into the show. Jake, I need to get up for a second. Do you think you can ask just a question momentarily here? Jake's coming back, guys. We do Graffito. Sorry for the delay on this, but
Graffito Tact donated $200. Okay, Ayana, I'll take your word that you're not drunk, but then a more serious medical issue may be going on. Did you mix alcohol with Xanax or something? This is legitimate concern, not a criticism.
You spell my name wrong, 1. But 2, I don't do bars or pills. I smoke weed, yes, but nothing other than that. So it is what it is. I'm sorry that I got a little bit too emotional because people saying shit that rubs me the wrong way. That is what it is. And also, I don't like that you're trying to discredit me because I'm quote unquote drunk. Okay. And what about it? I'm so sorry that I'm speaking my opinion. I hope that doesn't make you angry and make you think that that's just because of the drink. Because if we want to take it deeper, what do they do when they drink? They speak the truth or no? I heard that a lot of times.
That's why we don't drink at inappropriate times and we're going to make a fool of ourselves.
Okay, but I didn't drink hella. I did not.
Well, then why are you
I'm
drunk
so
making a
sorry
fool
that
of
I'm
yourself?
screaming, but that's because I fucking feel passionate about it. It's because you're making me feel like there's something that I have to be
I don't care about your
against.
emotional state. Doesn't bother me one little bit.
The thing
Because
is here,
what?
you're like when you're sober, you're prone to speaking really loud, to interrupting, and then like adding alcohol on top of that, you're gonna be more disruptive. You're gonna be more loud.
Don't make me do it, bro. Don't make me do it.
I mean,
let's just talk about how yes, I speak loudly. Is it because I'm what did you guys say earlier? I'm blackfacating? What is it?
Blacksplaining.
Blacksplaining. I'm blacksplaining. Oh no, I have fucking emotion behind what I say. I'm not gonna sit here and let you guys say that, oh, she's so drunk, so her meaning, whatever she says doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm not finna sit here and let that happen. Oh no, I'm sorry that I fucking talk loud, sober or not. I'm sorry it's making your head hurt because you're a white man who's never had to fucking deal with the consequences of your fucking actions. Be so fucking for real. That shit's mad weird. And I'm so happy for you that you're getting the views off of me fucking speaking my shit. It doesn't fucking matter, bro. You should treat me like a fucking person. And oh no, I fucking stumbled on my fucking words. And you think that, oh, I should smush my lips together and think that I'm better than someone because they fucking stumbled. Oh fucking no. Be so for real. Oh no, I said very many valuable things today. So many things that fucking matter. And oh no, I'm fucking spilling my tea and I'm talking too fucking much, right? I'm talking way too much. A woman should never talk that much because she should be submissive. And she should fucking be cool. And she should take her shoes off when she comes in your fucking studio, apartment, whatever the fuck this shit is. Be so fucking for real, Brian. I don't even want to get into it. There's so many times that I thought to myself like, ooh.
Yeah, that's racist.
And I'm just going to move forward.
Yeah, it's racist.
At the end of the day.
What's racist?
I didn't say anything about
racist.
You're
saying she's too loud.
I said something about you towards me.
Hold on, just to be clear.
I said something about you towards me.
Hold on, just to be clear. I didn't invoke race at all when it came to...
I didn't say shit about racism.
She is, but anyways... Yeah, but you actually did kind of try to make it about race because you brought up when I gave an example that had nothing to do with it, I was testing the logic. Can you stop interrupting? So she said mansplaining, and I asked if it was sexist, and then I said, would blacksplaining be racist? I think that's racist. Me using that term isn't racist.
Is it not?
No, because I'm against it.
But why'd you use it then? If you're against it, why would you use it?
To test her logic.
Okay.
Why did you just invoke our skin color? Why did you say it's because we're white?
I didn't say shit about you being white.
Yes, you literally did. You said
it's literally it's on
what
camera.
did I say about white?
Or
did I say blacksplaining? No, go ahead. Put me on the spot. I'm waiting for it.
You want me to be honest?
I'm begging for it.
In your rant, you said something about them being a white man they wouldn't understand or something. You said something about white.
Or something
yeah. You said you never had.
So please tell us. You invoked our race.
You said something about a white man. I was like, you did say something about a white man. You said as a white man, you never had to deal with facing your consequences or something like that. You said something around that line.
Around those lines.
You said something about white men. You did say something.
Yeah, move that away or else you'll just drunkily knock it over. So why... Stop screaming. Stop screaming.
What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, I mean...
Dude, did you just hear that shit? Did you not just hear that shit? And now I'm crazy.
You know what's funny? Like these are her.
You
two
said some
friends.
good points
like,
though.
No accountability at all. Like you're literally screaming now. Like literally screaming.
Yeah, I did scream.
You're not just talking loud. You cannot do that. We've told you repeatedly it's a problem. And you're upset at us for like your screaming.
No, I'm upset at you because you said you're just drunk. You don't know what you're talking about.
I literally did not say that.
You're saying anything.
False accusation.
You implied that a little bit though.
Hold on. I said my issues. I literally didn't say that. I said you were drunk, so you're talking loud and you're interrupting people.
You should lay off the drinking because you're already loud.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
I said your bass. So what? Your bass level, you are loud.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
I am because that shit is fucking irritating, bro. That shit is
if we tell you we don't like it, maybe you could cut it out, though. I don't care if you think it's entertaining.
Are you two are her friends?
You definitely had me on here mad times.
They're best friends.
You guys came with her? Who are you two?
And you always want to sit me where the person talks the most.
You guys co-sign this behavior?
Don't. Go ahead, don't.
You're gonna let your friend make a fool of herself, or?
Everyone's their own person.
So you have no objections to what she's doing?
You guys are just ganging up on her. We should just move forward with the conversation.
Don't spaz.
We're spending so much time on this, and you're so upset about it, yet we haven't moved forward.
I did ask long time ago to control the situation, but you didn't.
Oh, wait. Let her say. What'd you say?
I said I asked long time ago to control the situation, but you didn't. So you guys have no balls. Sorry to tell you.
She said this is but we still haven't
insane.
Done that. We just want to harp on her because she had a couple drinks. Get over it. Get over it.
No, I'm not going to get over it. She either needs to conduct herself in such a way.
I was conducted. I didn't say shit, bro. I didn't say shit, and you were still
interrupting.
Can we move on?
You're interrupting. You're talking loud. You're screaming.
I didn't scream or say anything when you guys were speaking.
Okay,
when you guys were speaking to them, did I say shit? No, you can run that shit back.
You guys aren't contributing. You're trolling. You're just being disruptive. At this point, I'd love to have you stay, but you guys just got to leave. You guys got to leave. Yeah, I'm kicking you guys out.
Just talk.
Can we give her one more question?
Nope.
Can we give her one more shot?
Nope. I've given her my entire chat is pissed off at me that I didn't kick her 30 minutes ago. This whole time I've given her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chances. She keeps interrupting. She's calling me the N-word for some reason.
I never called you the N-word.
You literally called me the N-word multiple times. You've called me the N-word multiple times.
I am not trolling.
Huh?
You're
what?
I'm not trolling.
That's fine. But you guys are friends. I mean, you guys are friends with her. I mean, to be fair, you guys can stay, but she's got to go. And I know you're friends with her, but you have to leave. You have to leave. You've been way too disruptive. I've given you a million chances. Kindly get up and leave.
For sure.
Okay, thank you.
You're mad fucking weird, Brian, considering that you asked somebody on a date. Weirdo.
She just fell over. That was the best exit ever. Yeah, good idea.
Okay, you do have to leave though, so.
I'm not leaving. That's my fucking ride, bro.
I mean, you got to call an Uber. You can't be in the studio. You have to leave. You can't stay in the studio. You just have to leave.
I like how you kept it on the fact that she's been drinking, continue to feed into it, and then you're like, well, you got to go.
But I mean, there's
the cope coming out of you is just unbelievable. Imagine if it was one of us who was being an obnoxious drunk idiot like that.
You guys were so
it's my spot. I can kick her out.
For about 20 minutes, and then you guys were like,
giving
you
her
gotta
a chance.
go.
I was giving her a chance. Nah, you gotta leave. You gotta get out. You gotta get out.
I just think, in my opinion, that was weird.
They were capitalizing off of it a little bit. I feel like we should give her one more chance. We should ask a direct question.
Now you gotta leave. Like that shit's weird.
What do you mean get like why can't you just have the remotest little bit of accountability for her? Is she to blame at all?
Why don't you guys have accountability for your actions?
Seriously,
because
answer me this: is she to blame at all?
Well, for blame, that takes two people. It takes two to tango.
No, it doesn't.
You guys were feeding into that shit like no other.
It does not take two to tango.
Okay, it doesn't. You're right. It only takes one person to tango. You tango by yourself.
When I told you that she speak too much, I already know that she's a drunk, and I see that you don't see it. It was long time ago, and she become more and more, and you accept this, and you listen all this bullshit.
What,
I never said like this.
She was fine a few hours ago, and she was having a conversation. Okay, you were just upset because you weren't getting attention.
I was not upset. I'm upset because she's screaming all the time and she's interrupting editor every time.
She was talking a lot, but now she's drunk.
When we come here, you say the most rules is respect each other and speak one by one, but she always scream. She always interrupt. So you even forget 3 of us as the question. You was concentrated and she interrupted.
Look, so listen. It's a 7-hour podcast, so sometimes these things happen. So we're going to be focused on one person for a little while. You weren't upset because she was drunk. She wasn't drunk at the start of the show, and now she is drunk because she's had more and more to drink.
She already the time started to be.
Are we gonna move on to the next question?
I see this.
If you don't get her one more
all right, okay.
Because she was providing entertainment to the stream.
Because you're so interested in moving on.
Yes.
Why don't you move on the conversation?
Well, you guys had a question.
Why don't you move on the conversation?
You guys stopped the question at her. I never got to answer it. I don't remember what the question was.
You move on. Because you want to move on, you move on the conversation.
Let's just talk about the girl that just got kicked out because she was drunk.
Or why don't you move on the conversation if you're so keen to? Say something interesting.
May I?
Go ahead.
I'm currently in the running to be in Sierra's music video, so if you click my link in my bio on Instagram, Lexi Y Fuentes, LEXI.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yep. Yeah, these girls just came on to troll, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm convinced this one next to me is a plant. Like some sort of a plant.
Came on to troll. They probably planned all that shit. So is what it is.
I plan business plans.
You defend the drunk, you leave with the drunk. It is what it is.
I feel like 2 people can be wrong at once. I feel like everybody can have a little bit. They were definitely capitalizing. She would definitely take it too far.
Listen, I've paid thousands to be here. I've got no interest whatsoever. I've got no interest whatsoever in the show being derailed. I would much rather have a smooth running show where everybody gets to talk, and when you talk about interesting things, rather than having one idiot who comes on and derails the whole thing. That's the worst thing that can possibly happen.
I think we should talk about people that aren't even here.
Okay,
but can I just thought we were clip farming. So long she's swearing on you. Why you accept this? Well, like, why you accept so long?
She's of the opinion that she was doing it for ages and that we accepted it, and that when she said before that she was speaking too much.
Look, I mean, we should have kicked her sooner, but I mean, that's where I went wrong. I should have kicked her sooner. Probably 30 minutes ago, an hour ago.
For sure.
I mean, but I tried to do steps like, hey, you're drinking, maybe lay off the drinking. She's like, fuck that. It is what it is. So, and then she was, by the way, guys, I don't know if you could hear what was going on back there while there's convo here. She was like refusing to leave, refusing. Finally, she did leave though. But it's like, and then, here's the kicker, guys. As she was leaving, she said, I did nothing wrong. She's on the phone crying with somebody. I did nothing wrong. Zero accountability.
None of us got to witness that.
What the security cameras did. Zero accountability. And this is why women dodge accountability, because you want to play everybody contributed to the situation. You think somehow we're the ones in the wrong? Like, we're having disagreements here.
That's generalization, though. You know, not every woman has no accountability.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You guys don't hold each other accountable. These are her friends. They're co-signing her behavior. They think that's totally acceptable to be acting that way on a podcast. They
never said
but
that.
You run the show, so you have to make the move.
You're putting
to take her
words
out
in other people's.
Before.
Can I sit here?
I was frustrated that she wasn't answering the question directly. I feel like everybody was kind of skating around some of the questions. That was frustrating.
Yes.
But I thought we were clip farming at certain points because y'all were kind of egging her on at certain points.
And would not stop for the last 20, 30 minutes, even though you guys were
she
so
was
annoyed
taking
by
it too far.
Look,
but y'all wasn't getting it.
I would prefer, like, you could say it's clip farming. I would prefer a more chill show where we're just having the conversation and we don't have to get into this, like, we start having conversations about the conversation. That's what's called a meta conversation. You're having a conversation about the conversation. Oh, you said that, like, getting upset about the tone or what somebody's saying. I don't think that's good content. I don't think if it was good content, I would have let her stay. Is she in the fucking hallway? I think I hear her. God damn, bro, she's got to leave the building. Like, she's trespassing.
Just having a spaz out like that, there's nothing. But if it's a conversation, just say, for example, there was a conversation about something really, like, hot, like abortion, like a really interesting topic, and there was a debate, and then the person rage quit. That would be kind of interesting in terms of clip farming. But if someone's just being a drunk idiot, like, people are leaving the chat, you know, like.
Yeah, like,
that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. All right. We have a message here.
Her Uber Home donated $200. Here's for her Uber Home for her drinking. However, her lens is very clouded from her perception of privilege. It's apparent. The Argonauts by Maggie Nelson. She needs a wider world lens.
All right, Uber Home. Thank you, man. Jake, I got these.
Yeah, go for it. But yeah, having done this podcast many times, I think it's like my 14th time or something, done this, we actually don't want situations like that because it actually derails the whole show. Brian's got a whole bunch of notes that he wants to go through and topics that he wants to go through, and now it's just like completely derailed. And obviously, look at the energy in the room now. It completely sours it. Mm-hmm. So do you guys not like care that your friend just did that?
She gets a little bit over the top sometimes, but I was letting her do her thing. If I'm not consenting to yelling, but I do feel like she was voicing her opinion, and that was creating conflict because of the way she was doing it.
But serious question though, was there at any point where you're thinking to yourself, my friend might be making a bit of a fool of herself right now, I should probably stop her?
I agree that the screaming was too much. But
what about keep on saying the N-word and keep on calling people names and like?
I mean, that's something that's in her vocab. So if she slips it, it's really just the fact that you guys didn't like the way she's saying her opinion. So I understand that sense.
Everyone's their own person.
So what about if someone's getting naked right now and just like flashing themselves to the camera? Would that be wrong?
We signed a contract.
Yeah, but if they were doing that and they just said it's just my way of expressing myself, would that be wrong?
You signed a contract.
Okay, what about if somebody was just egregiously and gratuitously insulting everybody at the table? Would that be wrong?
Yes, but that was not the case.
Yeah, but I'm asking you hypothetical questions, which is often not the case. Would that be wrong?
No comment.
No comment. Okay.
I thought calling him a dickhead and everything like that, I thought you guys were kind of okay with it. But now that I know that y'all rather have it be chill, like she should have been chill. I thought that was like she was doing that on purpose, like, but she was really tweaking for real. Like that's crazy. I thought she was like it was a part of the show type shit, but like no, she shouldn't have been doing all that. Ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Especially towards the end, because we wasn't even. She just started talking about how y'all was saying she was drunk, instead of like we could have just moved on to the next question. She started.
But you could agree that she'd still be screaming into the mic and still be interrupting people, cutting people off, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, that was.
She's gone and we still talking about it.
All right, like so let's get on.
So why don't you move on the conversation then?
What was the question that we were on before?
I don't know. I can't remember. We had a whole thing.
Shit. You're in charge of the show.
No, I'm not in charge of the show. I'm a guest as well. So why don't you move the conversation on if you're so keen to do it?
I'll wait until you guys ask a question other than about the.
Okay, so then if you've got nothing interesting to say, then probably don't judge.
It's way more interesting to talk about someone that's not even here.
Okay, well say something. Say something interesting then. If you're so keen to move the conversation on, we're waiting.
Let's continue to talk about someone that can't even.
Funny, that wasn't all that interesting.
I just don't have anything to add to that.
Yeah, of course you don't. I mean, but she's still here though. She's still getting kicked out. She's screaming in the hallway, and Brian can't even come and host his own show because of it.
So what is the relationship between her and Brian? Why he defend her so much? Why he follow to bring her back?
They're dating. It's toxic, isn't it?
I see. Is there something wrong? Definitely.
No.
I think was here 5 times.
She's done this 5 times.
She told him whatever she want, and he didn't stop her anyway. I say only one time why she speak too much, and he scream on me. So there is definitely something between them, isn't?
No, there's nothing going on between Brian and that girl. I think knowing Brian and his type, it's probably the last woman on earth that he'd probably go for.
I honestly barely started coming around her.
You started what?
I honestly barely started coming around her.
What does that mean?
I haven't been her friend for too long.
That's good. Are you going to be her friend for much longer?
No comment.
It's like a police interview. Why do you keep saying no comment? I've never seen, I'm not sure if you're serious. Are you actually like this?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
This is your personality? Is she being normal right now?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been friends for?
A long time.
Really? How long?
Like high school.
Really? Is she this deadpan all the time?
Damn.
Did you guys just hear banging?
What?
You guys just hear banging out there? Yeah.
could have gave her one more chance. We could have been like, okay, let's stop this.
Speak about something funny.
We could have. Okay, we can talk.
I actually come here. I wanted to have some funny topic, but you very.
We could have been like, okay, right now, if you don't be quiet, we're gonna move on. If you don't be quiet, we're gonna have to kick you off. We could have hit her with that, and then if she kept going, then kicked her off. But because I thought it was part of, y'all was egging her on too. So I'm like, I'm thinking we was making some viral moments. So you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we should have gave her one more chance.
All good?
She's fucking crying in the hallway, fucking freaking out.
Damn.
Oh, poor baby.
Hey Brian, can I go through your show notes? Okay. I don't know. What's an interesting topic to talk about? Why don't you guys all name 10 countries? Go, you start.
United States.
Repeat that.
Okay, we're gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going around until someone fails. You have to name a country. Go.
Name what?
United States, a country.
Any country?
Yeah.
Canada.
Ukraine.
Australia.
Alaska?
Alaska's a country.
I am reviewing my world history right now. This is why I'm in school.
Okay. Why are you reviewing your world history?
Because I went through a lot of trauma, so it kind of like got blocked out, but it's coming back.
In what sense? Do you mean like when you were a kid? Like you weren't able to do history, or you?
No, I was a good student when I was a kid. It's just more like my teenage years, kind of like young adult. I went through a lot of trauma.
Right. So what? It like blocked memories, or?
Yeah, but they're coming back shortly.
Can you explain to me how that works? I'm not really sure. Like, so you went through a trauma and then it made you lose memories? Was it like a head trauma?
More so.
Really? Mm-hmm. Was it like blunt force to the head, or like you hit your head or something, or was it like someone did something to you bad?
Yeah.
Right. But which one was it?
Someone did something bad to me.
Right. So it wasn't a physical hit to the head that made you lose memories?
It was, but not by myself intentionally. It was from someone else.
Interesting. All right. Carry on. Countries. Let's go.
Turkey.
Iran.
Spain.
Are you texting on your phone?
I have to make sure my friend is good. I have to make sure she has a ride. So honestly, just.
I mean, if you leave, you have to leave, and you guys didn't finish the podcast. So, yeah.
Oh, she's okay.
She's not.
I didn't really see Brian talk to a silicone doll. The comments is funny.
Okay, so are you staying? Do you have to leave?
I'm staying, but I'm making sure she has a ride home.
Okay, she's like on the phone with some dude, like freaking out.
Okay, she should be good then.
Yeah, she's probably good. Ah, bro. I'm just curious, your friend, you guys hang out with her?
Oh, yeah.
Does she ever get into situations like this in other circumstances?
No.
No?
I don't hang out with her too much.
Okay.
Distancing yourself.
Jake made a really good point, like, internet's forever, man. Like, you can come on and, like, have disagreements, but when you act, like, totally belligerent like that, it's not a good
That was a genuine warning, by the way. You know, what I was saying.
Yeah, no. I mean, you were looking out for her. You're like, yo, like, this isn't a good look. Chill out. And she's pretty much, bro, so frustrating. Yeah, man. Okay. Show notes, I guess. Oops. I guess we could get into this. I need to remove some people from this. So what's her name? I think Iana is her name. Yeah. All right. So, Rebel, what would you want the minimum yearly income to be for your future husband?
I put 100K down on the questionnaire, but in this economy, it needs to be a little bit more than that. 150.
150.
150. So 100K is poor.
Money doesn't matter to me.
Okay. So you'll date a guy who works at McDonald's?
If he's kind and loyal and lovely to me, yes. I have my own money.
Period.
Okay.
I don't know how to account yearly, but I say it like if he earn like me or more than me, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
You'll date a guy who works at McDonald's?
Probably not, but I'm not necessarily counting their pockets. I want someone that's vision driven, not necessarily working a 9 to 5.
Wait. Who's Natalie? Oh, okay. Get rid of that. Okay. What about you?
I would say definitely making more than me. It doesn't matter too much on the number, but sure.
You said 6 figures here.
That's more than me.
Okay. What about you?
Money doesn't matter to me either.
Right.
Okay.
The number doesn't matter. It's just a little bit more than me. All right. The number doesn't matter.
So you'll date a guy who works at McDonald's?
I'll date any guy who's for me.
Who's what?
Who is for me.
For you? Okay. How tall are you, and what's the minimum height of a man that you would date? Starting with you, Rebel.
5'5", just gotta be just a little bit over me, like an inch. Well, I'd say 5'7", cause like if I put on a little inch, 5'7", that's it. I don't really care about him being super tall.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I don't have like a minimum. Like it's really like if the guy's kind and has a nice personality, but he can't be a midget.
All right.
Okay. All right.
I'm 5'6", so I would like that he will be taller than me.
So, like, I think here you wrote minimum
From 5 and 8. Yes. And
okay. Callie?
Just taller than me. I'm like 5'2", 5'3", so.
Okay.
You could be 5'3.5".
Ava? Ava.
I'm 5'8", so I would like a taller man, maybe like 6 foot. I don't have a cutoff. I'm not saying if you're below that, you're not seeing me ever, but definitely I would like to wear some heels and still be shorter.
What about you?
I'm 5'3". I would probably say my height or taller.
Okay. Let's see. The question, what dating preferences standards do you have? Wait.
I'm sorry.
Rebel, you said no one who is broke or ugly and ambition.
Yeah, like you have to have, you don't necessarily have to be rich, but you have to be something that you're chasing. Like you have to be as passionate about something as I am, because I'm chasing my dreams full force. So
Roxana, you say funny, generous, loving, and doesn't play games, and honest. I'm a little confused though. You said income doesn't matter. I suppose there's other ways to be generous, but is a man...
Yes, generous with their time.
Okay, that's
their
fair.
Attention.
Sure. Elena?
Yes.
You said you like when a man acts like a gentleman? Is that what you said?
Yes, gentleman, love it.
Gentleman? Okay.
I know how to act. I like a gentleman.
All right. Callie, you said I date based off common interests, morals, and values.
Yeah.
Okay. You said be up to par. What does that mean?
To elaborate on up to par, I would say I would like you to come with foundation and then be able to grow that. Like, don't just be who you are and be fine with it. I want you to improve, definitely have motivation and something that drives you. Like that drive is very important.
Okay. And then you had, let's see here, mutual respect. Okay. Next question is, would you rather cross paths with a man or a bear in the forest? Starting with you, go ahead.
Only just a man, because I feel like I could take a man. Like a bear, I couldn't take no man. I couldn't take no bear. So a man, yeah. If we being logical. But I ain't.
So man.
Yeah, a man.
What do you pick?
Well, I mean, depends how hungry I am. Do I want to eat the bear? If I'm stranded in the woods? No. I don't know. I mean, a bear, depends on the guy too. Do I want to be like around a guy I don't like and like is horrible, or a bear? I would pick the bear. But if I'm with a guy that I like and enjoy their company, of course I'd be with the guy.
But bear can eat you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean,
what about a random man? A random man and a random bear.
Man. Yeah, random man, random bear.
Random
That's
bear.
That's a good way to put it.
Random bear.
Oh
man, that's a dice. I mean, yeah, I guess a man.
Whatever. Okay.
Man.
I wouldn't be in the forest, but a man.
I put a bear because actually the question was running into them. Like, what is the situation?
You would cross paths.
Oh, yeah, I could cross paths with a bear. But if I see, like, a random man in the forest, why are you in the middle of the forest? Like, there's a red flag.
Why are you in the middle of the forest? Please tell me this.
I'm on a hike. But he could be a killer. He could be a murderer, and that's why he's in the forest.
He could also be on a hike just like you.
And
that bear could just be chilling eating berries, and I'll be on my way.
And if you like animals,
Right. And then is it a black bear or a brown bear, that matters. Because if it's a black bear, I chose the bear. Because black bears ain't really nothing. Black attack, brown lay down, white good night.
I don't want to remember
any
of that.
I'm good. If it's a black bear, I'm choosing the bear. But anything done.
Okay. What about you?
I said both. I think it would be a beautiful experience.
Wait, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, finish your.
I said both. I think it would be a beautiful experience.
Three-way.
What would be a beautiful experience? What do you mean?
Well, it was just crossing paths with whoever.
And if you had to pick one, though, which do you pick?
Say it's the love of my life and we're both on a hike and we see each other.
Nope. It's a random man. So all the men, we'll just do United States. All the men in the United States versus all the bears in the United States. You randomly spawn into the forest, and then you have a button in front of you. You press the button to pick the men, pick the button to press the bear. They'll spawn right there, and you'll walk past them. Which do you pick?
A man. I was a Girl Scout, so we could probably just help each other.
All right, there you go. So you're the only one that picked bear. Why do you pick bear, and why don't you pick men?
I said bear because, like, that's his natural habitat. If I see a bear, I'm not going to think anything of it. If I'm in the woods for some reason, whatever that may be, and I see a man, I'm going to be a little bit like, I'll avoid you, right? Because what are you doing here? Are you homeless? Are you living in the woods? Are you a murderer burying your victims? Like, we don't know.
Okay. What if it's 10 men versus 10 bears? Does your answer change?
Does this mean we're like fighting the men or bears? Like,
I don't know.
It's a gang of bears.
Sheesh. I guess the men. I mean, I just didn't think we were in combat mode. I didn't know we were about to square up. I was just thinking like came across them.
Okay. We're going to get into the disagreement section when it comes to this. So starting with Rebel over here. Why don't we start? Normally we start from down here because it's more interesting, but why not? Men are not insecure. So here's the statement. Men are not insecure for caring about a woman's body count. You disagree.
I disagree.
Roxana, you disagree. Elena, who's up at the moment, disagrees. Callie is fine with it. Ava, is it Ava or Ava?
Ava.
Ava is fine with it. You're also fine with it. So for the three that disagree, you think men are insecure for caring about a woman's body count. Why is that?
Absolutely, because why do you care? Why do you care how many bodies they have? That definitely comes from some insecurity. Like, why do you care?
You're curious why, and because you're wondering why.
Yeah, it's like
that's your justification.
What's your reasoning? Like, if you care about a woman's body count, what reasoning from that? It only comes from a place of insecurity.
Only?
So
only?
I would say only, but
so
mostly.
If it's provable that women with a lower body count with less sexual partners proven to be better wives and be much less likely to divorce, would that be a good reason?
That would be a good reason. That would be a good reason. But is that proven? Is that statistics?
It is, yeah. They've done a lot of research into this. And also, would you say that somebody who has those sorts of boundaries is more secure or less secure?
Less secure. Less secure because a person's past doesn't really matter when it comes to what they are going to provide you. Was that a scream?
Yeah, that was her.
Oh, okay. All right.
So like, just to be clear, yeah, that was her screaming.
I'm sorry.
So like, you guys think that that's like normal, healthy behavior to just be screaming out in public? Anyways,
no comment.
Chat, did you guys hear that too?
Plead the fifth.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit.
Can I explain why body count is...
Here, we'll come to you, but let's, Roxana, we'll go in order. You think men are insecure for caring about a woman's body count? Why is that?
Because it shouldn't matter if you really love that person.
Okay.
So...
Wait, well, we'll let everybody go. Okay, go ahead.
So when God create man and woman, he create us in different way. So man responsible for the quantity of the children in this world, and woman is responsible for the quality. So because of this, man would like to fuck everyone around because it's his God's desire, and woman should pick the best one to have the best genes for your baby. But if woman is not selective, if she fucking around, she cannot be the good woman. Okay? Thank you.
So wait, you're fine with men? Like you think it's cool if men care about a woman's body count?
I think everybody doing this, just somebody say, and somebody say bullshit just to get the girl.
That's fine. I think maybe you just circled it incorrectly then.
Yeah, because I asked her, what does it mean? She tell me, put the circle. Sorry, yes.
Okay, that's great. So you said if you love the person, then it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, it doesn't
matter.
What
if, so how long does it typically take to fall in love with somebody? A couple months, a year?
Depends how often you see each other, of course. And then, I don't know. Like, I think it varies between each person, you know, man and woman. For me personally, like maybe like a month, 2 months, you know, maybe even 3 months before I fall in love.
Okay. So let's say you disclose your body count, or a guy knows your body count on the first or second date before he's fallen in love with you. What would be wrong with him disqualifying a woman on that basis? Because he's not in love with her, so he does care about it.
Well, if it's important to him, then that's his thing. Let him, worry about that.
So you're just saying, if it's gotten to the point where you love each other, then he wouldn't care about it.
He wouldn't care.
I mean, my position would just be, though, if he does care about it, he wouldn't let it get to that position.
That's right. If it's a pressing issue, number one issue, and that's the first thing he's like, and that's all he cares about, well, he's probably going to have a hard time finding someone, A. And B, it's like he's not giving a chance to a woman that may be compatible in every other category that checks off the box for him.
Okay.
I feel like as a man, if you have a low body count and you want a woman that has a low body count, that's a preference. But if you have a high body count and you actually care, you could be curious and ask somebody your body count. But if you actually care, like, oh, you have too high a body count and you have a high body count, it's insecurity, it's judgment. That's how I feel. Like, you could be a preference, like, oh, I'm in shape, so I want somebody to be in shape. Okay, that's a preference, but you can't be judgmental when you have a stick in your eye as well. Like,
but you just before said that you want somebody who earns more than you. Is that hypocritical?
I wouldn't say that though, because for me personally, I'm not looking for somebody to take care of me.
Yeah, but you said you want them to earn more than you. That would mean that they're financially superior to you. Would that be hypocritical because you don't earn as much as them?
I guess.
And same with the height. You said you wanted someone who's taller than you. Would that make you a hypocrite?
That's not making me a hypocrite. That's just my preference.
Well, I think that I would agree with you that it doesn't make you a hypocrite, but I would also say for a guy who has a preference, despite even if he has a higher body count, it's just a preference. It would not necessarily an insecurity.
I guess you could say that. I get it to you.
But I think what you were saying before about all the other things, it's actually not a bad point. Like I can understand that point of view in terms of that they might have all of these other things, but it just depends if the guy has a serious preference for like, you know, a low body count. But, you know, there are good women out there that have had a past and that have sort of come back around. That is possible. And they can, if they are in that situation, then there are other things that they can obviously do. But you know, if the guy has a real preference for it, then it's going to be hard to look past.
It's kind of silly to write off somebody just based on one issue.
Why?
Because they could have other qualities about them, or that might compensate.
I mean, sure, but I think women are pickier than men are, and you guys will disqualify men for all sorts of reasons, and many of these tend to be fairly superficial. I mean, I'm not saying the women here necessarily, but certain women won't date a guy because of his height, or maybe he's balding, or maybe there's some characteristic about him that, like, y'all disqualify a lot of men. Like, most of the men that hit on you, do you date all of them?
No.
Like, what percentage of men that shoot their shot do you, like, end up with?
I'm probably, like, not a good, like...
Have you been on a dating app?
No, never.
Have you, I mean, you can think back really at any point in your life. Maybe there were times where, I mean, it sounds like you got kids. Maybe you're really busy right now. Maybe you're not dating a whole bunch. But, like, maybe when you were younger, you're in college, and there was, like all the guys that were trying to get at you, you gave them all a chance?
No, I did not. No.
Why not?
Because I already knew right off the bat that we're not compatible.
Oh, but, like, why are you basing them just off of compatibility? Like, why not give them a chance?
Just by the way how they carry themselves, or how they would ask me out. For
like,
instance,
what would be an example?
Or, I don't know, like if somebody was like in a nightclub and drinking and stuff, he's drinking. I don't. That's a turn off for me. I don't want to.
I mean, I personally don't like nightclubs. I'm not a drinker, but if he's you went out and, I mean, it's not weird.
I used to work in a nightclub, but yes. So.
But I mean, isn't that what people do at nightclubs though? They drink?
Yeah, this is true. Yes, but I mean,
okay, it was a
what
turn
I'm
off,
saying
sure.
is that.
But what if they have really good other characteristics to make up for it? Make up for their drinking?
Well, I mean, there's also chemistry, unspoken chemistry. You know that
what if
you
what
just
if that
know,
doesn't
like,
exist?
this is not gonna.
What if you don't
out.
have that immediately?
Well, I mean, I shouldn't give a chance to every single guy who like gives me attention or says hi or like asks me out on a date. Mm-hmm. You know, time is valuable, so I have to weed out people, right? So when I was dating, way back when, I would just see first if we would be compatible just as friends. You know, try it out as friends, and if I like the person as a friend, maybe it can develop into something else.
But I mean, didn't you just say that you can't write off somebody off of just one thing? So, like, failure to get compatibility is just one thing.
No, see, the issue is that there's one issue of how many people did that person sleep with, or vice versa, the girl, right? Okay, so if you base on dating somebody just on that, you're really like shooting it in the dark, you know?
Maybe
there
it's
are
not,
other qualities.
Yeah, it's not insecurity, but it might be unrealistic. It might not be insecurity, but it's unrealistic to want somebody with a low body count if you don't have one.
I mean, we have a girl over here who took a wager that she's going to end up with a billionaire. Yes. I mean, me not wanting to date a promiscuous woman seems a lot more reasonable than her wanting to date a billionaire.
It's unrealistic, though. If it depends on what
I don't think it's unrealistic.
Like, I just feel like as a woman, if you're broke and you're expecting a man, you want to date a man that's a billionaire, that's unrealistic. The same way, if you have a high body count.
Do you think that it would be, if I was to say to you right now that I'll only date a girl who is a virgin, for example, do you think that it would be realistic for me to find somebody like that?
No. If you go to like a third world country, maybe, or like another country.
It's unrealistic. Not saying it's not possible, but it's unrealistic.
Unrealistic would mean that unreal, so it's not going to happen.
Like, it's like not likely for you to like, or even expect that out of someone to be a virgin. I mean, you could look for that, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
how about you guys? Do you think that would be unrealistic for me to expect that?
Are you a virgin?
It's not the question. The question is, do you think it would be unrealistic for me to expect that? Or for me to think that I could date somebody like that?
Can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, I mean, it is a little unrealistic, I would say. You know, unless there's like...
so, especially since you're not a virgin.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Well, you're looking for something, but you don't meet that.
Yep. So like you said before, you're looking for somebody who's taller than you. You said that. So you're looking for something that you don't meet?
I put some heels on and I do.
So you're looking for somebody who is naturally taller than you. So are you looking for somebody who's what you're not?
Okay, I didn't say that they had to be a lot taller than me.
But they're taller than you, right?
Okay.
So is that unrealistic for you to expect somebody who's 5'2" and above?
No, that's more likely than you to get a virgin.
Why?
Because in America there aren't that many virgins, and on top of that, why would she be interested in you? If she's looking for someone with virtue, then why would she be looking for you?
Well, how do you know? What do you know about me?
Oh, are you a virgin?
What does it matter?
Honestly,
Honestly, what do you
like,
that's the point.
So do you think that body count is more important for women or men?
I think men make it more important for women to have a lower body count. Because
So-
that's not something that I ask men.
So
What's your body count?
so you think
That's
it's more
a weird
important?
question.
So you think it's more important for men then?
Yeah, I think you guys hold that more important.
Okay. So do you think that a woman who is a virgin would be likely to go for a guy who has more experience, or do you think that that's unrealistic?
I think it's more of a cultural thing. Most people that are waiting for marriage, they're also waiting for someone that's also waiting for marriage.
Not necessarily.
Or a religious thing. It could be a religious thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you now.
That's my opinion. So I don't know what you want me to do.
I mean, I've dated virgins before, and like they are out there. They do exist, and it's definitely not something that they'll write you off for if you're not a virgin yourself. Like a less experienced woman with an experienced man, that's no problem for them.
Yeah. I do need to let a chat come in here. Graffito, thank you, man.
Graffito tagged donated $200. How would you feel if a guy was so rich by his mid-30s that he never had to work again, so he chooses to be on permanent vacation for the rest of his life, never returning to the workforce?
Before I have you guys answer this, Graffito, I know this came in about 15 minutes ago. I do apologize. There were some distractions. I had to get up from the table. People making noise in the hallway. I had to deal with it. So I do apologize. I missed it.
Just can I quickly put a bow on that as well?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I just find it really funny that something that's not unlikely or unrealistic whatsoever is finding a girl who is a virgin. I mean, there are quite a few virgins out there. And you guys will call it out and say it's unrealistic. But when these girls are saying that they want to date a billionaire, which is almost statistically impossible, no one says anything.
Yeah. And a little bit to their point, though, I mean, I think it is the case that there's like rampant promiscuity. So I don't think they're totally wrong. And so I think they're trying to almost argue sort of our own position that, oh, okay. I was like, the fuck? They're almost arguing our position, like women aren't traditional anymore, no virtue, no chastity, strumpets, 3 foes. They're not wrong in saying like it's way harder to find that today.
Yeah.
Like, because there's not a lot of, it's more likely though than some of the other scenarios we've heard about tonight, like being hot as fuck at 100 and like
but
that shit.
They're not wrong about that on that factor that it's more difficult these days to find, but wrong in the sense that the women who are virgins are going to disqualify men who aren't virgins themselves.
Oh, Graffito, I promise we're going to get right into it, but I wanted to do something with the rating thing. So, all of you. So wait, it was 9, 8, 10, 10, 10, 10, right? So just to be clear, and did y'all? I think they all rated you 9 and me 7, if I recall.
She gave me a 6, I think.
I gave you both 10s.
Yeah, so did I.
6.
She gave us both 10s.
6 and a 5, I think. That one.
Yeah. So just to be clear, I think almost all of you, I guess, except for you and maybe you.
I said he
so
was.
You
an
guys.
8.
So you're 9 and he's a 9. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
Aren't you a 10?
No, she said 9.
9.
Yeah. So you neither one of you wouldn't be settling for him and he wouldn't be settling for you. Like it's that would be a fair matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you gave yourself a 10. I think you gave me a
7 and 8, yes.
7 and a 9?
8.
8, yes.
Oh, 7 and 8.
Yes.
So in your view, let's get fix the split. In your view, 7 and 6, or what was it?
7 and 8.
7, 8,
Yes.
10.
Yes.
You would be settling if you were to date me or Jake.
Is said.
Settling. Do you know this word? Settling?
And say another.
So you would be settling for something that's below you. We're below your standards.
It's okay.
Settle. Huh?
It's okay. You mean would I date somebody who is 7? Not
Who's
a 10
less
me?
attractive than you.
So you're a 10 and I'm a 8 and he's a 7. So if you were dating us, we would be looking up and saying, "Wow, we're dating a 10." It would be really good for us.
Yes, because women should inspire the men to be better. For this, God create us.
Period.
Why not?
Bro. So you would be doing us a favor.
Not
if
like a
you
favor.
dated
With
us.
the right, wise woman, men always become rich and successful. With the stupid woman, he become poor, and he feeling bad. This is true. You want or you don't
is true.
want. Wise woman is
agree.
very important.
Very wise woman, very important.
Of course.
But looks wise, you would be doing us a favor.
If you're a man, it's everybody. What you look in, you will find it. What you search, you will find. If you search that, or if you think that all women are stupid, then you will find a stupid woman. If you think opposite, that you deserve the best woman in the world, you will find her too. Everything is the
So
best.
you
from
think
your
that
point
if
of view.
somebody was a 5'1" guy who was living in Uganda and working in a coal mine, if he thinks that he's going to marry a Victoria's Secret supermodel from Sweden, he will marry them?
Of course, there are many things like this happening in this world.
I wish I
Everything
was
can
this
happen.
confident.
Maybe he will find a black oil tomorrow, or I don't know, or something else. I believe in
Jake,
miracles, and
you
I
and me-
believe that everybody could create his own life, whatever he wants, and nobody can stop you from at least dreaming and achieve your best.
Inspiration.
It would be
I'm inspired.
it would be very stupid to to desire the homeless or stupid man.
Yep.
Everybody desire to be the best one.
That's
Because
beautiful.
yes, because we need to have a progress in this life, not degradation, So everybody deserve and want to have a better partners than you are, to grow together, to achieve the goals, to be the better.
You know what, Jake? If I got with a Victoria's Secret model, she should feel I'm settling.
We're settling.
We are settling. We need to
If
aim
we
higher.
think that we're settling, if we think that we are above it, then we are essentially.
You know what, Jake? I think that, if you find a beautiful 21-year-old virgin who's a 10 out of 10, just whatever your exact type is, I do think you would be kind of settling for that.
Oh yeah.
Why stop there? Just maybe a harem, because you deserve it. You're a king.
Yeah.
And if she won't, find someone who will.
And I'm thinking about it hard enough that it will happen. 10 of them.
Boo.
Okay. Oh wait, Rebel. Wait, 8. You gave me 6. You gave him what?
No, I gave you 7.
Oh, 7.
And then I gave him 8 because he
Callie,
said
what did 10? Was it 7, 9?
No, I rated you guys 10s.
Oh, she did. I thought she.
I
did.
sure
Yeah, she
did.
did.
I did.
Really? Okay. Okay. What did you say?
I repeated what y'all said, so 5 and 6.
So if you and me if we dated,
it'd be a serious downgrade.
You would be settling.
I would never date you, and I don't want to settle.
No, I know. Like, that's fine. I'm not offended at all. But you would be settling. Like, if you and me were dating, you would be like settling 5 points. Like, you're at a 10, I'm down here at a 5. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
I would be settling if that were the case, but I would never settle. No.
She wouldn't settle. She would not settle. Now, I want to ask the chat, or what about Jake? Would you be settling for Jake too? Looks.
Unfortunately, yes.
She would be settling for. Okay, that's cool.
Period.
That's great. Now, chat. I want the chat to weigh in here. It seems like all these women, except for her and her, who gave the troll 10 answers, they think that they would be settling for me, for Jake. Do you think that's the case, chat? Do you think they would be settling for us, or would we be
I am not
settling
a troll
for them? You heard it from her first. Definitely a troll would never say they're not a troll, of course. Trolls are always honest, and they admit up front when they are trolling. But there's the chat. Okay, let this one come through again. Graffito, I do apologize.
Graffito tagged donated $200. How would you feel if a guy was so rich by his mid-30s that he never had to work again, so he chooses to be on permanent vacation for the rest of his life, never returning to the workforce?
Yo, Tag, thank you again. Sorry for the delay on this. Go ahead if you want to answer it.
Who cares? You do you, boo. Who cares?
Okay,
if you're rich.
35, rich, never wants to work again. Cool with it? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course.
Okay. Are you able to scoot your mic a little more that way and scoot it to the edge of the table? I need you to center up your mic so it's kind of like center with you. What about you?
He's living his life. Why would I care?
Okay.
Yeah, take me on vacation. Let's go.
Congratulations.
What question was that?
Genuinely, congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Jason Castle donated $200. Just because you are all 304s doesn't mean all women are 304s. Brian has a much higher chance of getting a virgin than you delusional women getting a billionaire.
I am not a 304.
Oh, we were talking about body count, so I guess just show of hands. Who here thinks body count matters?
Body count matters
to some degree.
Yeah. Let's go around the table.
Like
whatever.
Like that girl who smashed 100 men in a day. I'm like, no, nah, that matters. Like, it matters how old you is. Like, I ain't gonna lie, cause like I'm body positive, but I'm not smashing the girl that smashed 100 men in a day. I'm not doing that. So it matters on some level, yeah.
Sure. Oh, Wrath, by the way, I apologize. For some reason, my Streamlabs isn't showing this. You gifted, I believe, 20 subs about 20 minutes ago, but for some reason it bugged out. But Wrath, PSA, thank you for the gifted subs on Twitch. So going around the table, what's everybody's body count? Starting with
Wait, whoa.
Rebel.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
Let me think about it. Go ahead, you first. Let me think about it. What's your body count? Will y'all go first?
Oh my god.
Why does it matter? That's how you respond.
I gotta add it up.
Well, for me, it's at least. Wait, body count, is that like babies coming out of you?
No, body count is
size 3 babies.
Body count is how many men you've had carnal knowledge with. That's the
I
first
can't
carnal
answer
knowledge
that.
of 20.
We doing men and women? We doing everybody, men and women?
Break it down. Break it down.
Okay, go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
You got a list? Who has a list? I'm not gonna ask to see it, but just who has a list in their phone?
I don't have
of the bodies.
What's that?
Anybody? Okay, all right. Body count?
No, I can't say. Jeez.
But I thought it's wrong for like men to care about body count, and they're insecure if they do care about it. So like body count shouldn't matter.
Still none of your business.
Matter. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. Like man or woman, it doesn't matter.
Are you insecure about it?
That part.
I'm not. No.
Oh, then I mean, if you're not insecure about it, then shouldn't you just be okay revealing it? I don't know.
Well, no, that's private. That's my private like.
Sure.
Moments.
You don't have to reveal. That's fine. Do you want to? How about instead of an actual number, do you want to do a range?
Oh, range.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We'd like to offer up a range.
Okay, less than 10.
Okay. What about you?
Less than 5.
Less than 5? You can give us the actual number. You can give a range, but actual number is preferable.
No.
Range?
Under 10.
Okay.
I would disclose this information to a significant other, probably not to y'all, just on the internet.
Range?
No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care. I feel like I think I 4 guys and like 3 girls.
Oh, I mean, you were like, hold on, let me fucking.
No, because I have to remember. I have to make sure, like, what really counts, like, is fooling around. Like, are we talking counting penetration?
You got to count for 7?
I did have to count because you won't be remembering all the time.
Multiply by 3, and that's the real number.
For all of you. All right. Hold on. We got this.
Graffito tagged donated $200. Really? The lack of drive isn't a turn off? Shouldn't a man work, in some capacity, even if he is rich enough to not need to work? Shouldn't he do something productive, not sit on his love until he dies?
Working and being productive is different. You could still build stuff and do what you do and not work. So
for sure.
Sure.
Well, if he's doing what he loves, it's not work technically, right? You know.
Okay.
Whatever hobby he might have or something.
Sure. I mean, graffito, I don't know. I wonder if, if you worked so hard, though, earlier in life, to the point that you could retire at 35 or whatever, I think you said mid-30s. I mean, it's kind of like let's say somebody works till they're 65, but they're just doing like a 9-to-5 job, and versus like a guy who just grinds in like 20s, early 30s, and he makes the same amount of money he would have otherwise made, or maybe even more, by grinding. And then he's like, well, I made enough money to retire. I don't know if it's a lack of drive, necessarily. But I think there are definitely some men who just, even if they've, you got to look at people who have more than like 5 mil up to billionaires. They're good. They could, Elon Musk, he could be done. Like he doesn't need he's got like millennias of, it's probably more, I'm probably downgrading it, of generational wealth. But he's got that drive. He wants $1 trillion. He's not happy with being a billionaire. He wants to be a trillionaire. So, Graffito, thank you for that question, though. Really appreciate it. Guys, Graffito's a longtime supporter. I want you guys to put some W's in the chat for Graffito tagged. He's a big supporter of the show, so I really appreciate your question, man. All right, we do have, let's see. Rebel, can you read this one?
Man, I was reading this one already. I don't even want,
what is it? Oh.
This looks, It's daughters of Eve, you believe the lie. You will not be equal to a man. Eve wanted the same. She did us no favors. You choose according to a fallen nature. Jesus Christ, the living word, who, oh my God, this is terrible. Who is all the Father is expressed perfectly is our only hope.
Yo, John.
We got pastors in the chat.
John, I really appreciate your super chat, man. Guys, W's in the chat for John for his very generous super chat. John, thank you so much, man.
L's in the chat for John.
Why L in the chat?
Because what is he talking about?
Are you like anti-religion or something, or what?
I'm anti-misogyny. You talking about we'll never be equal to a man. What?
Okay, all right.
A man that finds a woman is a good thing. It says that in the Bible too, Mr. Religious John.
Oh shit!
It says
Watch
that.
out, theological debate coming.
Men wouldn't be here without no women. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, we're gonna get back into the questionnaire here. Let's see. Let's see if there's any disagreements on 2. I don't think so. No. We have a couple disagreements on 3. Women should pay 50-50 on first dates. Rebel, you disagree. Roxana, you disagree. Elena, you disagree. That's it for those, you 3 here. You think men should pay for first dates?
Whoever asks who out. That's all, because I put disagree, but it's whoever who asks who out.
Your position?
I think the man should pay.
Your position?
Man should pay.
Man should pay. And the other girls here, maybe that's not your position, but are you okay with it being their position? Like, you don't think it's sexist? Like, you think, no, they can have that opinion, like, nothing wrong with it?
I think a man should pay, but if he wants to go 50-50, I would understand that. It's the first day we just met, so they don't know what's up. Okay. Definitely could.
You cool with their position?
Yeah.
Cool with their position? Okay. I want to explore a couple shoulds, right? So as long as you guys are okay with men should pay, are you guys fine with like the following should statement? Should women cook and clean?
Yes.
I think it's more so a shared responsibility. I don't mind cooking and cleaning, but I'm not a maid.
Should people cook and clean? Yeah.
I think it's like
no, cooking, like in the context of a relationship, she should do the cooking and the cleaning in the same way that you guys say.
Well, so is he
men
paying all the bills?
Sure.
Because I feel like that's a job. Well, shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna
paying
get
all
in
the
the
bills.
kitchen.
How
I'm
about
gonna
that?
clean up the house.
Okay, fine. How about this? Women should be virgins, or women should have low body counts. Are you guys fine with that should statement too?
Well, men should too then.
No. Should be
I mean,
a
I
virgin?
actually don't
Who
disagree.
said that? Like, who said women should be a
shouldn't
virgin?
matter.
Who said that?
I just did, as a question though. So.
No. Answer. Don't nobody agree with that.
Okay. All right.
But on the inverse, you would say then that women should have sex with multiple men before marriage.
No, but who's saying should? Like, what? Who's saying what's right and wrong?
Yeah, but it's
Who's
like talking
making
in an idealistic sense.
No, women shouldn't.
Whose ideals are these?
Women should be whatever they want to be.
Do you think that there is an ideal? Do we have to go back to Gangbangland?
It's like everybody, everybody should drink a lot of water. Should, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things. I don't know.
No ideal? There's no ideal?
Like, should men have a low body count?
So,
should
yes.
men be virgins?
Yes.
Okay. Well, should.
Do you think that women should as well then?
If that's your opinion, that's your opinion.
I feel like
honestly,
everybody
you
should.
can't answer a question? Or
Yeah.
I think everybody want different things and everybody deserve different things. So one time in my life I dreamed to be virgin and find a virgin man, and guess what, it happened. And we was dating together 2 years. It was very, very good relationship. And yes, when I met him, he was very simple guy. After 2 years living with me, he become much more rich. He changed his car, he become very good. So every dreams come true, but now I don't dream to have a virgin. So it's like different. I had that time of my life. Now it's another.
Question here for Rebel. You said that here's the statement: a man dating a transgender woman is not straight. You disagree with the statement. Why is that?
Trans woman is a woman. So
is a trans woman female?
If your trans partner and they look like a woman, you're attracted to that, you know what I'm saying, then yeah.
Well, I mean, I agree that men can be tricked, but are transgender women female?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, just for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to go ahead and grant that this isn't actually my position, but that transgender women are women. But so we're talking about gender, but now I'm talking about sex. Are transgender women female?
Female, like a woman and female is two different things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like female means you have a certain type of chromosomes, you have a reproduction system and everything like that.
Born a certain way.
So I feel like trans women are women.
But you think they're female?
Sex and gender are two different things, though.
Okay.
That's the thing. So, like, I guess.
So are transgender women male?
That's such a hard question. Nah, they're not male either, though.
So
what? I thought you meant they had certain chromosomes.
They do. So I would like they're women, but they're not female. That's
so they're women, but they're males.
They're women. Trans women are women because if you look at a trans woman, 9 times out of 10, she's the baddest bitch you ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
9
she
times
encompasses the things that take to be a woman. But if you're going off of,
excuse me,
look, hey, y'all ain't seen no pretty trans women.
You just said 9 times out of the 10 are the baddest.
9 times out of 10 because they have to do more than the regular woman.
I mean, females are typically the baddest.
They're bad.
Women,
they're like look, they have to do more to compensate for you guys' doubt.
Honestly, as a serious question though, as women, you guys are all women, right? How does it make you feel to hear that sort of thing where you say that dudes who dress up as women are the most beautiful women? Would you agree with that?
I would hate that. And I hate when they put a man, a transgender man, like they're still a man, and they put him on like a fashion magazine and like as a woman. Or like they
like Woman of the Year.
Yeah. Like, dude, you're not a woman, you're a dude. You know?
Yeah.
With lipstick
Wait,
on.
So is everybody here transphobic?
What's
transphobic.
Hold on.
Or you don't like them?
I just feel like it's insulting to say that a man could be a woman. That's like blackface. Like you're dressing up as a woman, so now you're a woman all of a sudden. Exactly.
Oh, me and Callie agree.
To be honest, though, she's exactly right. It's a perfect logical analogy there.
You women should be offended.
I just don't subscribe to that.
But Jake actually made like a really good point. Like the comment you said about how like trans women are some of the baddest. What was the baddest looking? They look the baddest or whatever.
I'm not saying that, but they look
like,
good. They make sure they look good.
But you ladies gotta keep a little something for yourself. Like you can't give like hottest woman to a trans. Like men are better than y'all at being hot. Come on, you can't.
Not necessarily.
Men are.
That's
not what I meant when I said that, guys.
Exactly.
That's not what I meant.
We men, the patriarchy wins again. We men are better at being hot women.
Right.
We're better in everything, bro.
We're beating you guys at the boxing and the women's Olympics, women's weightlifting, women's beauty contests.
Guys, W's in the chat for men being better at being hot women than women. Just W's in the chat. I don't know. That's kind of crazy, but okay. But like, so how about really quick on this? But I'm a little confused here because you did make a differentiation between gender and sex, right? Mm-hmm. But then I'm asking, like, is a transgender woman female or is she male?
She's a woman.
Yeah, but
she's a woman.
I 100% agree with you. Is she male or female?
She's a woman.
No, you're 100% right. She's a woman, but is she female or male?
She would be male legally.
Well,
legally. Right now in this country.
Did they change the definition of woman?
What do you mean?
Like, since when is
he's
a woman
granting
and
it for the sake of debate.
This is crazy.
And then it's like, what do you say about somebody that has both? Because there's people with multiple things down there. So what do you say?
What is a? You said it's different, female and woman. What is a woman and what is a female?
A woman is someone who takes on the attributes of femininity and identifies as being a woman.
So if I wore a dress and wore this wig and some lipstick and I said to you, I'm a woman, you would believe me?
No. You'd be a man in a wig and a dress on.
If you were consistent. Yeah. If you were consistent, that's what you really want to do when you were making the transition.
But tomorrow, if I came to you and I said, look, like that chat we had last night made me realize a few things about myself, and I had the wig on, and I said I'm a woman, you would grant me that status?
I would if you really meant that. Yeah, hell yeah.
How do you know? How can you ascertain if I mean it or not?
We'll see what you do if you're consistent or not. Like,
well, okay, what about this? How about if I said to you, if I came to you in tomorrow, and then 6 months later as well, and I'd been doing it the whole time, but I said, look, Rebel, truth is, it just really turns me on if I'm dressing like a woman.
You just sound like a drag queen.
No, but if I said that to you, and I said, look, I don't. It's just that it really turns me on to like. Someone's gonna clip this. If I
clip it and ship it, clip it and ship it.
Wait, what?
If I said that to you, and I was like, look, the truth is that's just how I feel, and it just gets me off. Like,
it turns you on dressing as a woman. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Would you say that I'm a woman?
No, you're a drag queen. You just want to do this, or you're some type of
So you're trying to ascertain motive.
Transvestite. Transvestite.
Well, what it's actually called is it's a condition called autogynephilia, and it's actually a large. I don't know how much of the portion, but a lot of men who dress up like women, it's because it turns them on. What's that movie, Brian, where the guy dresses up like the woman and he's got autogynephilia and he has the person in the hole? Right. Hannibal Lecter.
Oh,
I did not know that.
Silence of the Lambs.
That's the one.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Yeah, so that dude has autogynephilia and he dresses. Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Like,
there was a case of a guy in Australia. His name's Lee something or other, and he was a football player. And then he got caught one night in like the roughest part of Melbourne, dressing like a woman and he had all this like meth on him and stuff. He'd been smoking meth for days, and came out that like he used to cross-dress for like a sexual fetish, and then. Like, even after everything, after all of this drama of him being caught with these drugs and doing these weird things, He just came out and goes, you know what, guys, I'm trans. And then literally a few months later, he was on the cover of Woman's Weekly, dressed like a woman, and they were like all celebrating him. So that's like sort of that when you distort what a woman is like that, and then in this conversation, it's kind of the conclusion of it is that if you're going to be tolerant, you kind of have to be tolerant all the way with it.
There is nuances to it. I feel like some people take advantage of people's open-mindedness, and like, I'm not really trans, I just like to dress up, and they don't identify correctly. But I feel like there is some people that truly feel that they were born in the wrong body, and we should make space for them for that. And you're not gay for being attracted to somebody that presents themselves as feminine. You're only gay if you like men.
Do you think that those people need help?
Dang, you like that?
Yeah. That's a mental illness.
Yeah,
that's something you need to talk through and figure
I don't know, because me personally,
Something
sometimes I
happened
wake
in
up feeling I'm the man, and I feel like I'm the girl, I'm that bitch too. I feel like I'm that nigga, I'm that bitch too. And I feel like that too. That's me personally, being androgynous and stuff. I feel like I'm both sometimes. Not saying I don't claim to be non-binary.
What does it feel like to be a man? If you say you feel like a man sometimes.
It feels dominant. It feels like you're in control. It feels like you're taking care of the other people around you. Like, I have just a mom and a sister. That's all I have to live with. So I take care of them, make sure they're good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Provide financially for the people around me. It's indescribable, but I'm describing it. Like,
well, yeah. I think it's interesting because what you're describing right now is definitely a masculine characteristic that would typically be associated with masculine, which is providing for people around you. But still, you can be a female and you can be a woman and you can provide for people around you. Absolutely. It wouldn't necessarily make you a man. So what about what you do makes you a man, though?
I mean, like, so for me personally, I don't identify as non-binary, nothing like that. Like, I believe I'm a woman and stuff like that, but I can understand how some people might feel differently and stuff. When I was younger, I told my mom I wanted to be a boy. I told her that, but I didn't know what I was talking about at that time. I had to grow into it. But now that I'm here now, I can see why something makes you, if you felt like this a whole life, like I've been tomboyish my whole life, and somebody else that's been going through all that, when they realize, like, actually I don't like being feminine at all, I don't like being on the feminine side of it, and I want to become a man, it's possible. Like, I just feel like it's.
And when you say that you think that they're transphobic for the beliefs, what exactly do you mean by transphobic? Because that term like when people say it like that, it kind of confuses me a little bit. What does it mean?
It just means like you're prejudiced, or you don't believe, like, it's the same thing as being homophobic. Like, you don't believe in somebody's identification, like you don't believe that it's valid. That's what it is. Like,
I believe we're either born male or female, and you can't change that.
Damn.
You're born like that. Genetics. When you die, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm pretty sure that he called himself a female. Like, no, they're going to look at your bone structure, and you are a man if that's what you were born as, or a woman. Our bones look different. We're genetically different.
Mm-hmm. You could actually dig up the bones 1,000 years later, and you could still tell what they were.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
But this is the point. Like, I get that from your perspective, it's coming from a place of tolerance, right? Like, you think that people should be able to actualize and they should be able to, identify as whatever. But do you see how actually, if you take a small segment of the population, like people who would identify as transgender, and you say, all right, everybody else has to be super duper accepting of this, do you get why there's also, like, that would then have a big impact on a large percentage of the population who A, have to lie about it, and B, women have to get, like, dominated in sports, and women have to accept that, like, these men in their bathrooms are women. And then do you also accept that these people who identify this way oftentimes need therapy or need some sort of help?
I accept that. I feel like everybody needs therapy, and there definitely should be stipulations to it. You can't just overnight decide that you want to be a woman and be allowed into the women's bathroom and stuff like that. There's nuances to it. And then what about the people that have both? There's literally somebody, like, I literally was just watching it on the internet the other day, a woman that she looks like a woman, she has breasts and everything like that, but she has both. Like, what do we call them? Like,
hermaphrodite.
And that's very rare. It's very rare.
But also, even in those cases, in the most extreme cases, you still are one or the other. You might have a micro penis, or you might have, like, a clitoris that looks like a penis, or you might even have both. That has happened, but nobody can ever impregnate themselves, right? Mm-hmm. So you either have the reproductive means of a male or a female. Mm-hmm. So you can never have both.
You know, everybody got different perspectives, but I sometimes waking up feeling like I'm that man today. I'm the shit. I'm that nigga today. And you know what I'm saying? And I move as such and I dress as such. And then the next day I might feel like I'm super feminine. It's like, it just depends. So like, I don't identify, but.
Tagged donated $200.
Yeah, thank you, man.
The notion that a cut up and flipped inside out PP feels just like the real Vaha J strains incredulity. I refuse to collect any first-hand data on the phenomenon though, so I'll remain unconvinced.
Yo, Graffito Tag, thank you so much for the TTS, man. You're a fucking legend tonight. Thank you so much, dude. Guys, W's in the chat for Graffito. Like I said also already, longtime supporter. He's a legend. He's a
brave and a decent man. He's a pioneer.
He is a pioneer. Yo, thank you so much, man. And do really appreciate it. I guess not to linger too long on this.
Right.
But again, I mean, I would like you acknowledge that there's a difference between sex and gender. Is a transgender woman female or male?
They're male. We're talking male and sex. If we're talking sex, we're talking sex versus gender. It's two different things.
So if a male and a male are having sex, how could it ever be straight?
It's not, because what were you attracted to? It's about being gay is about your attraction. Were you attracted to the masculinity? Were you attracted to the feminine?
But I mean, there's masculine straight women.
Right. It's like if you F a girl in the ass, is that gay? No. Okay, it's the same thing. Like
if you F a guy in the
trans
ass, that's
woman
gay,
has an ass. The trans woman has an ass. You thought she was a pretty girl.
Yeah, but if there's a dick there, or even if there's not a dick there, that would be gay. No, you can't push that way to the side.
I'm not going to get into the intricacies of how you have sex with a trans woman, but it's what you were attracted to. Were you when you first seen them, like you could set your boundaries and be like, oh, now that I know you're trans, I'm not going to be with you. You can set that boundary. But if you originally were, you know what I'm saying, and you get into it, and
but
they're feminine,
if you like they bamboozled you and like looked like a woman, but like whether there's a penis there or not, if you know that they're trans and then you proceed to have sex with them, that would not be straight. That would be gay.
No.
Yes.
Unfortunately, homosexuality means being attracted to someone of the same sex.
It pertains to like sex. Like that's why we say opposite sex or same sex attraction. Homosexuality is same sex attraction. Like for example, if you saw two males, you don't know their gender identity. You saw two males. How about this? You saw a male who was, you saw a male S-ing the D of another male. You don't know the gender identity. And they both, one doesn't isn't like dressing up as a woman, doesn't look trans, like they just look like dudes. Like they look like men. And you saw him S-ing the D of the dude, like do you think that would be gay or straight?
Not as gay, but
hold on, wait, one more question. I'll let you, just one more question. But then while the dude who's receiving the BJ, if he's all like, if he says, oh, hey over there, rebel, I identify as a woman, does it then in the middle of the sex act, does it then become straight?
Yes. But then also, no, yeah, it do. Wait, so, to me, it do.
So
yes. But okay, you got a trans woman. What if they go all the way with the surgery and get their thing cut off and they get a pussy implemented?
No,
listen. I answered their question. I answered them. Now let me answer my question. If it was a trans woman and they got a coochie right in and you couldn't even tell.
Is it a coochie though?
Is that gay or not? Because there's no dick there.
W. Callie in the chat over here.
It's like saying is a fleshlight. Is that
Callie
pussy?
Voted for Trump.
Is a fleshlight?
I didn't know you were a Trump voter until now. W. Callie in the chat for voting for Trump.
She's actually like, guys, she told me this before the show. She's like, you know how there's like the blacks for Trump? She actually organized that. Yeah.
It's giving that with all this transphobia in here. It's giving that.
She gave me this hat, bro. Look at it. She gave me this hat.
No, we appreciate that shit.
Why do you have
Kelly, we appreciate that shit. The hat, we appreciate that.
Whatever.
I do. Wait. Whatever. So what's going on back there? What's going on back there?
No. If it's
like.
No comment.
You're waiting to wash your hands? Yeah. No comment. I mean, you've been back there for like 15, 20 minutes or something. Are you guys coming back to the table or?
Yeah, she's going to go wash her hands now, and then she's going to come back and plead the fifth again.
Even though she was back there, just whatever. Okay, all right.
Look, and you said if it's coochie or real, like it's a fleshlight coochie. It's still, it's still valid. Like it's like saying, like, you know what I'm saying? It's still valid.
A coochie is a coochie,
Right.
right? A fleshlight is not a coochie. A fleshlight is a fleshlight, right?
Okay.
And if anybody ever says, "Man, I got some coochie last night," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, like well, tell me about it." He's like, "Yeah, just grab that fleshlight." I'd be like, "Brother, that's
pocket pussy."
Yeah, it's not it.
Have you seen Blue Mountain State? There's a great episode.
Look, trans women is women.
All right, we're gonna get into our next thing here. So we have Rebel. The statement is possible to be sexist towards men. You disagree. Let's see. And then we have no comment over here. Disagrees, but she's not here at the table. So why don't we start with Rebel? I guess. Why do you think it is impossible or not possible to be sexist towards men?
Oppressor and oppressant. That's it. There you go.
Oppressor. Okay, so men.
And oppressant.
So you think that basically, if somebody is going to be oppressive towards somebody, and sexism would be oppressive, you think that there has to be a power dynamic there?
Yeah, it's the power dynamic.
Right. Okay. So just say hypothetically, there was a land in which it was just run by women, right? It's a full-on matriarchy, Amazonia, just women, right? And then a man comes in, and they are all whipping him and throwing dirty, rotten tomatoes at him and making him walk through the middle of the street, and they're all saying shame, and they're saying, "We're doing this because you're a man and for no other reason." Would that be sexist?
Yes, in the hypothetical world that you're making up. Yes.
So it is possible to be sexist towards men?
I mean, anything's possible. It's possible to fly in a hypothetical situation.
I have a different hypothetical that might possibly have become more realistic. Let's say Kamala Harris. Did you vote for Kamala?
Team Harris, period.
So let's say Kamala Harris. Let's say Kamala Harris.
It was cheated, by the way.
You lost to Kelly's team.
Okay. Let's say.
Not a part
Let's
of this.
say Kamala
Elon
Harris
Musk did that.
Became president. Would you agree that the president of the United States is possibly the most powerful person in the world?
Okay, yeah, I guess not really, but yeah, sure. For your argument, I'll give you that.
Okay. So let's say Kamala Harris, she did not want to hire a man he was applying to be janitor of the White House. And she didn't want to hire him because he was a man. She discriminated against him because he was a man. And she wanted to hire a female janitor. Do you think that in this instance that would be sexist?
No, only because she probably had to experience, you know how hard it is for her to become president? She didn't even become president. So it's like, for her to even get there, for her to even get there, she was oppressed to, like, and she's a black woman. So it's just like, she can't.
She's actually Indian.
So hold on. Okay.
Oh, and she had a black dad or something?
There's no black, but yeah, anyways.
So,
she colored, whatever.
And then
she got a
I
black
thought she's
dad.
part black.
Nope.
She's black. She got a black dad, right?
Nope. Candace Owens did the whole thing.
I
you
don't
can
know,
watch
whatever.
it.
It's not material to the conversation. So Kamala Harris, just can you define what is your definition of sexism?
It's discrimination on a gender from a position of power.
So, like, I've heard this definition of racism. Tell me if you agree with it.
Same.
So, racism equals prejudice plus power. Is that your definition of racism?
Yeah.
And so, with a similar definition of sexism,
prejudice
sexism,
plus power.
prejudice plus power. And your position is that women don't have power, men do have the power. Therefore, maybe you can be bigoted or discriminate towards men, but you can't be sexist towards men.
Right.
Is that fair? And the same would apply like between white and black dynamics. Like black people can't be racist towards white people because white people have the power in the society, black people don't. And so because there's no prejudice plus power, there might be prejudice, but there's no power. Black people can't be racist towards white people. Is that a fair characterization?
Yep.
Okay, so just going back to the sexist thing though, I think I've actually met your own definition, though, of I don't agree with your definition of sexism equals prejudice plus power, but in the example I gave, I actually met your definition. So Kamala Harris has power, and she's prejudiced towards a man. She has more power than that specific man. She has more power than, in fact, 99.99% of men in the country. She also has systemic power too, if we want to take it a step further, because she's the leader of the executive branch of the United States government, which the United States of America is the most powerful country in the world. The executive branch is arguably the most powerful branch of the government. I mean, we can have debates over that, kind of not material though. And then she's the leader of it. So she has power, she has prejudice, and she has systemic power.
I feel like it would be sexism if majority of Congress were women, if majority of the people in power were women, not just her president.
No, but she's the president.
She's the president.
She has power.
Right.
She has prejudice. She doesn't want to hire the male White House janitor because he's male. She wants to hire a female janitor. How about this? If Donald Trump didn't want to hire a woman because she's a woman, would that be sexist?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm using your own definition.
I understand. Though. No, I get it. I just think it's just it comes down to the history and how many there's majority men in office right now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Kamala Harris.
We talking about Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I'm talking on the individual level. Like, how could she? Like, who cares about all that other stuff? She has power. She has systemic power. She has prejudice. I'm meeting your definition. Can you add to the definition to make it not sexist then?
It's prejudice. Like, it's another word for it. Like, it's not, instead of sexist, it's something else. It's prejudice. It's like same thing. Racist is prejudice. Like, black, I don't know, because it's like if I say that women can be sexist to men, then I can say that black people can be racist to white people, and I don't agree with that.
Well,
and
we can get into that, but
you know what I'm saying. That's why I can't say that's sexist, because then I would be agreeing to other.
Here's the problem we're encountering. You gave me a definition. I repeated the definition back to you. You agreed with the definition. I met all the criteria for your own definition. You're either going to have to concede that it is sexism, or you need to change your definition again.
Yeah, I might have to change my definition.
Okay, let's hear the new definition then.
Let me. Y'all took my phone. Let me look at the definition.
No, I mean,
my definition of sexism is prejudice and power, but.
Yeah, I'm using your definition.
It's discrimination. Yeah, that's my definition.
But how can, if I meet all the criteria for your definition, how would it not be sexist?
Because, like I said, it's one woman. Like, you can't, women don't have more power over men in general, so you can't even say that.
But you don't think sexism, so there's like systemic sexism, but you don't think sexism exists on like an individual level? For example, if a white person calls a black person the N-word, like, we would agree that that's racist, right?
Yes.
Right, but that's on an individual level, right? So like, if the most powerful woman in the country, if she did win the
individually.
Yeah,
I guess you could say.
Okay.
Vaguely, like.
Okay. Can I do one for the racist thing?
Just before we get to the racist thing, I do need to get to her because she also disagreed. So the statement is possible to be sexist towards men. You disagree with that? Why?
I honestly did not understand the question.
Okay, so tell me what your understanding of it was.
I didn't understand it. If you can explain it to me, please.
Do you think it's possible to be sexist towards men?
Yes.
Okay.
Not me personally, but.
Right, maybe you don't have any you're not sexist towards men, but is it possible a woman, or even yourself, could be sexist towards men?
Yes.
Okay. And, well, why don't we go into the next thing then? Possible to be racist towards white people, rebel, you disagree.
Can I give you a hypothetical?
Yes, go ahead.
Wait, before you
With
do.
your analogies you be having.
And you said the statement is possible to be racist towards white people. You disagree.
Possible to be racist towards white people?
Yeah, do you agree or disagree?
I agree. a lot of people are racist.
So you can be racist to white people?
Not me personally, but I've experienced it in a social setting.
You indicated here, though, that you disagreed.
I honestly did not understand those questions.
You didn't understand the question. Okay. All right. Well, then it's just for Rebel then. I don't think anybody else disagreed.
I feel like even with talking about it now, I feel like the power gap between men and women are smaller than the power gap between black people and white people now. I feel like maybe back in the day.
In like another hypothetical situation, say there was a country in Africa, for example, and they had an all-black government. The country was completely run by black people. And then, for example, say that there was a bunch of like farmers who were white, and the all-black government was systemically kicking out all of those farmers out of the country, and in many cases, people were killing them. Would that be racist?
In your hypothetical situation, yes.
Well, what if I told you that's exactly what's happened in South Africa right now?
This is in South Africa right now. They're kicking out white people.
Kicking out all the white farmers, killing them in many cases.
Well, they came and snatched us from over there, first. So it's kind of like...
But these farmers didn't snatch anybody. These are just farmers who are farming their land, and they're being systemically kicked out, and their land is actually being what's it called? Appropriated, but I'm having a mental blank. But their land is basically being forcefully taken by the government because they're white. Is that racist?
Is it because they're white?
It's because they're white. It's not happening to any blacks, and it's being redistributed back to black people.
Nah, I feel like we looking out for us in that situation. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because just the history of Africa by itself, like, they not even meant to be there. They gonna get sunburnt. So we really helping them out. If we really be honest, if we kicking them, they need to go to Iceland or somewhere where they can thrive better.
So you say that it's completely appropriate for the all-black government to be expropriating, I think that's the word, the land of these white farmers that they've been farming for generations and generations, and you think that because they're looking out for themselves, then that's an okay thing to do?
It's not okay. It's not okay. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like that's okay.
Would you say that because of like the heavy race factor, actually the same thing happened in Rhodesia, which is now Zimbabwe? Do you think
talking about me on
Do you think that it's racist? Could that fall into the category of racist?
I wouldn't even prejudice. I give you prejudice. Like, you could say bias. You could say discriminatory.
So what exactly is the difference between that and let's talk about the Atlantic slave trade, for example. The Americans came over and they were taking slaves from Africa, right? They were buying slaves from Africa, but they were just looking out for themselves. And actually they were giving the slaves a better life because now their ancestors are all in America.
Right.
So would you say that the same logic could apply?
I can't even say that because colorism runs so deep in the world. It's just like, if white skin was seen as what's the opposite of superior? Inferior to us, then I could say like, yeah, that's racism. But in general speaking, white skin holds more power. So just that one little instance of prejudices, that doesn't mean that we can be racist towards white people.
But what about just specifically with the example we're talking about here with South Africa? And that's a material example. It's not even a hypothetical.
That's wrong, and it's prejudice. It's wrong 100%.
But if it meets your exact definition of power, of racism, because in South Africa they have the ANC, the African National Congress, which is in charge of the country, and they actually have big festivals and rallies where they're chanting "Kill the Boer." The Boer is the white farmer, and they're saying "Kill the white farmer, kill the white farmer." Could that possibly be seen as a little bit racist? They're saying "Kill the white farmer."
I think I'm biased in this situation.
In South Africa, it was illegal to be black in South Africa for a very long time. So
it wasn't illegal to be black, but there was segregation.
And to deal with white people and all of that, to have an interracial child, that was illegal.
Right. But would you say that that's racist?
I don't know if it's racist. It's just get back. It's not racist.
But was the apartheid that you're talking about, was that racist?
It was.
Okay, so then would you apply the same standard to what's happening now?
It is racist. It is.
Yep. So you think it's possible for black people to be racist to white people?
It is possible.
How about this, Rebel? Like, slavery is obviously where this sort of conversation stems from, right?
Right.
Say, for example, if there was lots of black people that hundreds of years ago were enslaving lots of white people, would that be racist?
Yeah.
What if I told you that that actually did happen? There was a Barbary slave trade, which is Northern Africans that were taking Europeans, and over 1 million of them, and enslaving them.
Every color of people were slaves at one point. But it's just talking about the systemic ways that it is now. It's not favored towards black people. That's the only difference. That's the thing. Everybody's been slaves.
And last question, if just say, for example, Africa had an economic boom, just like China and India had over the last sort of 20 years or so. Say globalism hits Africa, they start manufacturing at a massive rate. China is investing in them. China is building all of this infrastructure within Africa. And then all of a sudden, you look into the future 30 years, and Africa and African countries have the highest GDP from any continent. And then, but if that did happen, then would you say that would then, and then the Africans were doing what they're doing to white people in their countries, would it then be racist?
If things would change to that point where we had that much power, then it can flip and we could be the racist ones. In this type of, if the power dynamics were to flip, yes. But it's like everyone was slaves, but not everyone was oppressed for hundreds and hundreds of years. Not everyone was getting ate and turned into chairs, and babies getting buried into the ground and getting their head kicked off. Like, not every race had that happening to them.
It actually did happen pretty much throughout human history. Basically, until Christian European civilization came about, the entire world was just a series of tribal warfare. And people were just killing each other. They were taking like war brides. They were killing each other in brutal ways. They would go into the place, they'd kill all of the men, keep the women for brides, kill all of the children. Because if they didn't kill the children, then the children would one day come for retribution. So that was pretty much the story of the world. It's even in the Bible, you've got sort of battles like this taking place. So the way that I view it is that human history is just a series of brutal warfare where everybody suffered. And then Christian European civilization happened, which is, after Jesus Christ, and how Christianity spread throughout Europe and throughout the world. And then this is where the sort of modern morals and modern human rights come from. Is the Christian. Are you a Christian?
I was raised Christian, but I definitely am like just more spiritual now.
Right.
I wouldn't say that.
Would you agree that it was actually the Christian countries that abolished slavery?
I guess, yes.
Yeah,
because
it was the English, William Wilberforce, sailing the seas, trying to get all of the slave ships, and then it was the Americans who abolished slavery. But still nowadays, today, there's more slavery in the world than there has ever been in human history.
Wow.
Yeah, through the Middle East and India.
They use Christianity to enslave people as well, too. So it's
the Christian countries are actually pretty much exclusively the only ones that don't have slavery.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now. But I mean, that's the evilness of Christianity. They used it as a way to control slaves too back then too. So it's like that argument of Christianity being like.
But could you also make the argument though that if you look at the white world, which is basically Europe, and then America, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, basically. These are pretty much the only places in the world that don't. They've got a lot of sex slavery that happens in those countries, so that still happens. But by and large, these are the countries that don't really have too much slavery. Could you then make the argument that because there's so many black people still enslaving black people in Africa, that the oppression is actually coming from black people now? And even during the Atlantic slave trade, even during the Atlantic slave trade,
pushing it, Jake.
Well, do you know how? How do you think that the white people from America got slaves?
I know that they gave them to them, but there was also like guns involved and stuff too. Like I know they came and snatched some people, and I know they gave up some people. Yeah.
What do you mean?
There were false promises. There were a lot of things that were said, like there was going to be a better life for them and all types of shit. A lot of people got on those boats thinking that they were going to go somewhere and be taken care of, and things were going to be better. They didn't necessarily go because they were like, oh, we're going to get whipped and we're going to go help you guys pick some cotton. That wasn't why they fucking got on the boat.
But
and we all know that.
The reason why they got on the boat was not by choice. They didn't willingly get on the boat.
Some of them did.
The reason why they got on the boat was because they were sold by other Africans. Africans would sell them into the slave trade.